Very good evening to all my dear viewers, and hope everybody is quite well. And today's our special guest is Sankha Subhra Debbormon, Regional Director of India Tourism Northeast, and Creativity is Intelligence SP is blessed to have a great personality like him. So, a warm welcome and hearty welcome to you, sir, for having here your valuable presence. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Uh, Thanks to all, and very good and special thanks to Sujata, who actually has taken so much pain to organize this webinar or the digital platforms to showcase me and my work. And uh, beside telling all these things, I just want to congratulate Sujata also to uh, pronounce my name properly, because sometimes, I mean, whenever we are organizing the webinar or programs in the digital platforms, most of the people are actually pronouncing my name in a very bizarre and different way. So as Sujata nicely pronounced my name, I'm really very happy and elated.
Before starting our session, let me introduce yourself to my viewers. Shankha Shubhra Debbarman is a poet and a novelist of Northeast India. Although he is a widely traveled person through his creative writings, he relentlessly explores the local folklore, arts, and culture of indigenous people in Northeast India. He is an author of 17 books and winner of Tripura government's prestigious literary award. He also got felicitated by various organizations for his contributions towards society. National Network of Doordarshan serialized one of his novels in 6 episodes, and apart from it, a book of his short stories now included in the syllabus of Assam University, Silchar. His recent write-ups are on lesser-known tourist destinations of Northeast, which are now being lauded by the readers. He is also regularly interviewed in the Doordarshan and FM radios and actively involved in various social works. As a regional director, Ministry of Tourism, he presently oversees the development of tourism in Northeast India. He represented India in United Nations World Tourism Organization's program in Seoul, South Korea. So it was the rich profile of our today's guest, Shankho sir. Once again, hearty welcome to you, sir, in my page. Nikhil Chaudhuri from Rajasthan is watching us. Thank you so much, Nikhilji, for watching, and great, hearty welcome to you in my page too. He is also welcoming you, sir. Nikhil Chaudhuri ji from Rajasthan.
Sujata, you have actually
Yes, sir.
nicely introduced me in the beginning as a trailer, because we'll be discussing more in depth. But
Yes.
I think that you have forgotten to mention one thing, that last year in the month of September, I just got the Times of India's Stellar Icon Award in literature.
Yes, sir. I will talk to you about it in between our program. So, would like to ask you a few questions to know you more, to explore you more before our
Sure,
viewers.
sure, sure, sure.
Uh, though you are a regional director of tourism, but within you, within a regional director, a poetic mind is hidden, and you are an eminent poet of not only of our Northeast, but also you are internationally acclaimed poet too. So, would like to ask you: have you always wanted to be a writer or something else?
See, Sujata, this is, uh, uh, I don't know how to actually define or interpret it because uh, this is actually creativity is spontaneous. You cannot actually forcibly, you cannot make yourself as an actor. You cannot be a writer, uh, or you cannot be like that painter, so
Exactly.
uh, creativity is a completely different zone of the our mindset. Creativity is completely different from other 10 works. So uh, it is not a kind of uh, some circumstance, all of a sudden you'll become a creative person, that is writers or actors or something like this. If there is a hidden urge, whichever
Yes.
way you would like to interpret it. Some people they want to interpret it as a talent. I don't want to go up to that level. What I want to say is that if you hadn't have some kind of hidden urge, uh, and that kind of inkling or intentions to do some things, it will certainly come out spontaneously.
Of course.
And yeah, there will be a tremendous urge to go for some kind of creations or procreations. That is being called art, or creativity. So I can nobody can be forcibly a creator, a writer, or a poet. So this is a kind of that self-generated urge, or that expression of your inner soul.
Yes. Nicely said, sir. Williams G. Maveli, who is from South India, is welcoming you. Thank you, sir, for watching us. Who or what has been the greatest influence for your writing?
First of all, once again, I want to tell that women are always a great influencer in my life. And how can I forget about the tremendous role in my life of my grandma and my mom, and the other women. Because being a very sensitive person since my childhood, I have just seen how my granny or my mom actually uh, tried to uh, nurture us. They how actually they I saw them how they actually try to uh, 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 make all kind of arrangements so that we can be brought up in a decent manner. Although I belong to royal family, but due to some reasons, as it happens after the partitions and when Tripura joined or annexed with mainland India, uh, that the regality or royalty was completely abolished, and the joint family was completely destroyed. The property was that distributed, or it was actually shared with the others. So all of a sudden, the some of the royal family in Tripura also had to go through a lot of stress, financial stress, etc. Everything, and unfortunately, we had to face that kind of that traumatic phases in our life, and we had a very that tough time. And I people like us, have brought up in a very tough financial conditions. I didn't have the leisure of like my other cousin sisters and brothers. uh, so I had a very humble upbringings, and I am now very happy and very proud of my that upbringings. Otherwise, I would not have been able to write at length about the downtrodden people, because I had to come across a lot of that because I brought up in that kind of humble surroundings. That
circumstances.
that had a tremendous influence. So I'm coming back to the main point. That time I will never forget the way my grandma, my mom tried to uphold the entire family. So I have seen the role of women. I have seen the tenacity uh, and the consistency of women. The strength of the women. Uh, what I found out is that uh, they are more stronger than us. They're more stronger than us. Whenever I am having still, whenever I'm having the emotional kind of emotional breakdown, or some kind of disappointment, or some kind of the uh, failure, I'm still now I'm getting or I'm being that consoled by my mom. My granny is no more, or my wife, and I got two beautiful daughters. So, and Sujata, you might be knowing it very well, even in my Facebook also. I mean, my female friends are numerically more than our my male friends. So uh, I'm always being influenced by the women's strength and their ability uh, to fight against all kind of adversity. So women are having the tremendous influence in my life, and they are the main source of my writing.
Being a woman, I am also proud once again.
Absolutely, because you see, even like you. So I really salute you, in a sitting in a place like Tripura, where
Humble, sir.
your friends from outside of the state uh, should also know that sitting in a place like Tripura, where infrastructure almost nil, and people know that to do any kind of creative work, uh, how difficult it is, and so you need to a kind of special appreciation from my side, because you have taken the initiative to organize these kind of things.
Humble, sir.
A place, a state where infrastructure is so poor, but even though you have taken this initiative, so it is really, really very encouraging, and
Thanks.
encouraging in other sense also. The women like you are also coming up, to and you people are actually now uh, sending the society an assertive message that you, yes, you can also do some sorry, you can also contribute something towards society. You can also organize some that creative work, or you can also organize something with the people through digital platforms. That kind of things are really appreciable, and people should understand why I am appreciating you. They should understand the infrastructure wise our state is so backward. Sitting in that kind of stage, doing any kind of work is so difficult. That's why I sell it to Sujata to do this kind of work.
Thanks. I am humble, sir. Sritanni Chakravarti, who is a professor of English of Kolkata University, is has dropped her comment. Nice session going on. Thank you, Sritanni Di, for your wonderful comment. And Rupali Sirkar Gaur, who is from UP, she is also telling tremendous acknowledgement of the women in our lives. Kudos to
Thank you,
you, sir.
thank you, thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much, Rupali madam, for watching us and encouraging in this way. What does poetry mean to you, sir?
Poetry.
Yes.
Uh,
How will you define poetry?
See, I mean, once again, I mean, First of all, there are two basic opinion about art and creativity, whether art should be art for art's sake, or whether art should be the people's sake. So there are two traditional that contradictory opinion with each other, whether art should be art for art's sake or art for the people's sake. So as you know that uh, our you are also from Tripura, so uh, we are actually heavily influenced by the left liberal kind of uh, that atmosphere, and I did my MA and MPhil from uh, Jadavpur University, and MPhil from Jawaharlal Nehru University from New Delhi, and both the universities are having the intense leftist intellectual atmosphere. So during my university and college days, I used to believe that art should be for the arts. Art should be for the sake of human or people. So that means I want to say that art for people's sake. Then gradually, I realized that there should not be any kind of stringent kind of attitude. There should be some kind of flexibility in your vision of the life. You should not stick to any particular things with a kind of that mm, very stringent kind of things, very orthodox, very biased. So you should be free from that kind of preconceived and prejudiced notions. Otherwise, the there are certain inner uh, that message. There are some kind of inner voice which actually urge. There is a tremendous urge to express it, but due to your biasness, you will not be able to write. You will not be able to express it that way, because your political biasness or your other biasness, philosophical biasness, will actually spoil, and it will be clouding your thought process here. So you need to, as a thinking persons, you need to actually free from that kind of uh, stringent inflexible attitude. Then only you will be able to write freely, then only you will be able to express freely. So as you asked that pertinent questions about the creativity, I mean, now I believe that it is a complementary to each other. Art for art's sake, art for people's sake. Both are complementary to each other. Both are not supposed to be the that diametrically opposite to each other. They are actually complementary to each other. Art should be for art's sake. That is also true. Art for people's sake. That also be true. So there will be kind of combinations. That's what I believe. That my poetry is a should fulfill all type of the conditions. And of course, I do write poetry for the. I mean, as you know, that for the local people, local tribal folk cultures, and there is a kind of urge to explore the the resources of forest-based cultures. So, through my writings of poetry, I'm trying to always explore the humanity.
You have represented Tripura in a virtual program of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Please share something details about this event.
First of all, Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat is launched by the PMO office, and basically it actually implies the the same message of our country, that uh, uh, unity in a diversity.
Exactly.
So, as it our Indians, the core essence of our Indianness is actually diversity. So, as the PMO office devised this scheme, through this scheme, uh, all states are being paired with other states. Like Assam is paired with Rajasthan, and Tripura is paired with Bihar. So, likewise, like Manipur paired with Madhya Pradesh, something like this, Paired, paired mean PAIRED,
Yes, yes,
कहते हैं ना कि जोड़ बन के ऐसे. So, through this
yes,
pairing of the states, uh, that a kind of cultural exchange, take place, like a cuisine. As Assam, in Assam, you should promote the cuisine of Rajasthan, and Assamese that organizations will promote the cuisine of Assam, uh, or dance, drama, music, uh, and the outfits, etc. Everything. So this is the core essence of the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. So last year, during that time of the lockdown, when that kind of that digital platform utilizations of digital platforms started taking place, and Press Information Bureau selected me to represent the Northeast. I mean, because once again, I want to tell other things also, little bit in a digress manner, that I have my two identity. One is the government officials, at the same time as a poet and novelist. So
yeah.
they selected me with the both. You know, they in the poster they mentioned me as a regional director as well as the novelist and poet. So, both the way I represented the Northeast.
A great applause for this. Wow, very nice. And congratulations once again, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
From March 2020 onwards till now, we are passing through a tough time due to COVID, all over the world. How you have spent your time then, or were you involved in any creative writing then? I would like to know
Uh,
about it.
yes, so Sujata, first of all, uh, enter 2020, 2020,
Yes,
I didn't get it. I didn't get any time. I didn't have any breathing time. So literally, I'm speaking to you. I mean, first of all, we are loaded with so many activities. And I'm in such a rank. I can't actually. I could not actually spend the times in the excuse of lockdown, sitting at home. Even height of the lockdown, I had to come out, and there was a challenge to instill the a kind of confidence among the people about tourism, incredible India. Okay, I'm not talking about the state government's activities. I'm talking about the
yes,
purely in
yes,
terms of the our national tourism, because I'm representing the government of India, not state tourism.
yes,
So we had to come down on the street, and uh, uh, first then we started thinking how to make ourselves more relevant to the common people. Then we uh, came out with a mask, and just don't forget that at initial stage there was a huge demand for masks, and masks at the times were sold at very exorbitant prices, and those masks were outreach to the poor people. Then we made the mask. How we made the mask? Then I'm coming gradually to you, and with incredible in the logo. Then and we also made umbrella with incredible India. because umbrella also helped you to maintain the social distance. Then we came down the street, and we distribute the mask freely, umbrella, and then hand sanitizers to the that frontline health workers. That means that people who are directly involved with the medical
COVID.
structures. That means doctors, nurses, then traffic police, then journalists, then the rickshaw pullers, then drivers, then that kind of marginalized people, we give them freely. And don't forget that initial stage of lockdown, there is a huge crisis of the mask. And once again, I'm reiterating the fact that masks were selling that times at a very pricey,
Yes.
unaffordable. The common people could not buy this mask. We freely distributed them. Then mask, hand sanitizers, and umbrellas. Then I wrote extensively about the that tourism. How so that through my writings, I rather emphasis on those particular places which uh, are not much publicized, but equally as attractive like other publicized places in Northeast. Because that tourist attractions places wise, Northeast is a treasure trove. Undoubtedly, Northeast is a treasure trove, and there are so many places which are equally as good as any other publicized places. Like people know so many things about Kajiranga. Okay,
Yes.
and I wrote about Povitara Wildlife Sanctuary, and you might be knowing that the Povitara also equally attractive, as good as Kajiranga. Outside of Northeast, you ask anybody whether they know Povitara or not, but they'll be knowing that Manos or Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary. Hardly they know anything about the Povitara. Povitara also equally attractive, and rhino sighting is almost guaranteed in a place like Povitara. So I wrote Povitara. Then I wrote in Tripura about the bat park at Bagma. You might be knowing. There is a bat park uh, around, say, more than 50,000 bats might be living in that. That bat park, I wrote about that bat park, which can be a very good tourist attractions places. So likewise, I try to write so many unexplored places in Northeast, and those articles are that chronologically got published in various leading newspapers in Northeast India. So that kind of work we have done. Then I got acknowledgement from Assam Press Club. Assam Press Club is one of the most the prestigious press club in India, because they actually felicitated me due to my work during the time of that lockdown. So this kind of things we have done, and we organize a lot of cultural activities through digital platforms. And I want to specially mention over here to highlight our poetess in Tripura. We organized a program through digital platforms under the title Shoptarag. So under this Shoptarag, seven women poet in our state, Tripura, uh, uh, poets. Their poems were recited by another reciter, Shushmita Dotto. She's a good, what to say? She's a good reciter, and as you know that in Bengali it is being called as a Bachik Shilpi. So that
Yes.
Choptarag also, hugely success, and people loved it. They enjoyed it. So During the time of lockdown also, I didn't sit idle. I had to do a lot of work. Then when the lockdown was over, then I had to go to some places to spread the message that now everything is normal. The people can go out to explore those places. Whereas tourism can be once again revived. There is no harm to revive it. There is no harm to move from one place to another places, provided you are actually that accepting and obeying the SOP of Government of India's rule. That means you can move any places courageously, but with some conditions. You need to have the mask, you need to have the hand sanitizer, you need to maintain the social distances. But that's all. But not everywhere. So I had to go to that Jatinga, then the Lamding, uh, uh, then I went to that Arunachal Pradesh, Dirang, then Tawang, then that Selapas, then went up to the border of China, to the Bumla, our last outpost in Arunachal Pradesh with China. So the main objective was to spread the message. Yeah, in between I had to go to Manipur also. So the main objective was to actually spread the message that now things are normal. You can move anywhere. You can move anywhere, provided you are actually obeying the SOP of government of India. So
Yes, yes.
enter 2020, I was awfully busy.
So our discussion will be continued, and in between that, I would like to hear from you uh, one or two of your favorite poems,
No,
please.
the thing is that I can because unfortunately right now I don't have any translated poem because I'm a Bengali writer. I Bengali writer means I write in Bengali, but I don't have an. I don't think that you other listeners will be able to understand my Bengali poems.
No problem. You please do recite in your mother tongue, that is in our mother tongue, Bengali, and please, after recitation, you can translate it into English for our
No, I was just
viewers.
saying one thing it will be difficult, because it needs a time. And I on the spot I can't. I mean,
Means I
transliterate
miss
the
the gist.
question.
I miss the gist, not the appropriate translation, just the gist for the
Uh,
sake of our viewers.
okay, Sujata. First of all, let me know that how many people actually can understand Bengali over here. Just can you
Uh,
just ask
uh, so many
some
are
some of your
there.
friends,
Yes,
some
yes.
of your friends. So ask them
Like,
whether I should
yes,
ask
yes,
them.
of course. Of course,
You
of
ask
course.
them whether.
Yes. Sritvanni Chakravarti, and then Rupali Sirkar Gaur, all they all can understand Bengali too because they are Bengali speaking people. So you can proceed, please,
Acha, I'll
because
do it. Acha, I'll do
because you
it.
are a poet.
Meanwhile, no, but I'll do it. What I would say. That meanwhile, can they participate in the? They will just write
No,
the
no, no,
message in the.
no, 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 no,
They
no.
can participate. So, ठीक है, तो, let us continue. I'll recite my poetry. So you, meanwhile, we can actually go for more some other
Okay,
contest.
okay,
I'll do it in the end of the discussion.
okay, okay, sure.
Hmm.
Agartala, which is your dream city, you have written a novel on Agartala that
Agartala,
is entitled
Agartala,
with Agartala Unlimited.
Unlimited, right?
Yes, please highlight a few lines about this novel.
Agartala Unlimited means actually that typical that 90s phenomenon. After writing this novel, this one, I think that as I keep on saying to my friends, this is the first times I wrote a dark I consider it one of the dark novel because a lot of negativity in that novel is no. Mm, and I try to actually sketch the 90s. Then after writing this novel on my birth city, that is Agartala, I realized that the changes took place in Agartala during the 90s uh, was not just something very unique or exceptional. It was not because or that particular phenomena uh, not happened in isolations. What I would say is that throughout the world, 90s, there were massive changes in the mindset. Agartala was not exception to these changes, because we witnessed so many things. We witnessed the part of technological advancement. I think that no generations earlier saw that kind of rapid changes of technology.